From the Hurricane Center on Danny. I thought they might bring the estimated intensity down because the satellite definitely looks less dramatic than it did this afternoon, but they held it up. Take a look at the numbers. They do make note of the fact that this may be generous, but what they say is that sometimes the winds take a little longer to come down after the disorganization begins. So they're holding it at 115 miles per hour, 974 pressure. That's what the hurricane hunters that were out there earlier today measured. Same motion, so it's still fairly slow, 860 miles east-northeast of Leeward Islands, but it is expected to pick up forward speed after tomorrow. Here's the close-up picture, and we still see pretty well-developed system. You see that ring kind of all the way around it there of clouds, the reds being the darkest clouds, but we also see some erosion on this side over in here. You see it's not quite as symmetric and it's kind of uneven. That's because we're starting to get some dry air kind of pushed into that side. So you have the dry air coming one way and you have the hurricane going the other way. So that's that unfavorable environment ahead. So the whole thing is kind of looking a little bit less organized because of that dry air just beginning to come in. So here's the new track forecast. Here's the new cone. So the idea is that it'll stay strong for another day through tomorrow and then start this decreasing process. Now, they're only going like 70, 65, 60, and then really thinking it's going to dramatically come down once it gets past Puerto Rico. But some of the models actually bring it down even sooner in the vicinity of the islands. But the bottom line is that the northern Leeward Islands and Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands need to be ready for a pretty significant tropical storm coming your way. So just have that in your mind. Don't think because there is a possibility it's going to be weaker that that's what's going to happen. As the best we know, significant tropical storm coming your way. And behind that, there's some more coming off of Africa. National Hurricane Center identifying two of them, one with a 30% chance and the other with a 20% chance of developing in the next 5 days. But of course, they've got a ways to go. Now, we can track these things in a number of ways, but one way is looking at the moisture and seeing what the models do with the moisture. So here's the moisture with Danny. Here's the moisture with those two areas to watch. And watch as we go here through the next several days. And here they come across the Atlantic. So there's, we're at Tuesday now, and notice that Danny is in the vicinity of Puerto Rico. Now this model, the GFS model, weakens it dramatically, but does bring the rain in there. But it's moving by pretty quickly. So this doesn't look like a big flood threat, but it would be beneficial rain for all the islands. And then this next one, in this model, it shows a little stronger, but ignoring the strength, it shows more moisture with it. And look, this one has even more moisture. So they're going to move along. So this next one arrives in the islands sometime around the Thursday time frame. And of course, we'll have to see if that's actually a well-developed storm or just a wave of moisture coming across the Atlantic. Okay, off to the Pacific we go, because really in terms of threats, this is the bigger possible threat, but also much, much more uncertainty. Only a 40-mile-an-hour tropical storm, Kilo, right now, just about 500 miles southeast of Hilo. But here's the track, and here's the deal on this track of what we are kind of confident in and what we just really don't have any confidence in. We really are pretty confident that the system is going to move up into this area and become stronger. So we're pretty confident that somewhere in here in the Tuesday-ish time frame, there'll be a pretty significant tropical system, probably a hurricane. What we don't really know is what's going to happen after that, because the steering currents kind of break down, and what would take it, make it go that way versus what would make it go that way. It's just too close to call and impossible to say, and it could come up here and sit and spin around a bit before it goes one way or the other. The bottom line is that a track coming in like that to the Hawaiian Islands is a really bad event for Hawaii, and if it comes near Oahu, worse than anything we've ever seen. So this is something that will take a lot of attention. That's it for the tropics. Alex and Dave back in just a moment.
Currently, the temperature is 74 degrees under fair skies. Our local Doppler radar. For tonight, mainly clear, low 54, winds light and variable. For Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy, high 81. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And Saturday night, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight, low 61. Winds light and variable. Our 7-day outlook.
Breaking now, the brand new advisory on Major Hurricane Danny in the Atlantic, and we have a tropical storm Kilo near Hawaii. At 5 o'clock in the east, the National Hurricane Center keeps Danny a Category 3 hurricane, but all signs point to big changes ahead for both storms. Our hurricane experts are here, and they have the analysis and predictions that you will not see anywhere else.
And closer to home, we're forecasting a weekend of storms on the move, just like this one. Now, when will you get in on some of this action? A big swirl, a cyclone will sweep across the country, and the risk of damaging storms ramps up beginning tomorrow.
Plus, we've got your full weekend outlook from coast to coast on a very busy edition of Weather Center Live.
Well, we made it to Friday.
We did.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you.
Thanks, you as well. We made it. We're there, but nothing's calming down for the weekend. We're full steam ahead.
We're ramping up. Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Alex Wilson. Our big story this afternoon is, of course, what is happening in the tropics.
Hurricane hunters flew into Danny earlier today and gathered valuable information. So let's start with our senior hurricane specialist, Brian Norcross, to analyze what we know now. Brian?
All right, Dave and Alex, new advisory, but the same information. The National Hurricane Center estimating that the Hurricane Danny has peaked at 115 miles per hour. It's just these small hurricanes. It's really difficult. In fact, we just don't have the science to predict exactly how strong they're going to get. We know they can spin up quickly, but we also know they can spin down quickly. And we're just not sure how quickly this one's going to spin down, but we do think that process has started. But we had a fantastic thing happen today we've never seen before, and that was that we got radar pictures from the hurricane out in the middle of the ocean. And here they are, came out in real time out of the NOAA research aircraft, the P3 out there. And what we saw there was we had a very solid eye wall up in here, and that's where the strongest winds were measured. But we noticed that down in here that the eye wall was not well developed. So that's why it's a Category 3 hurricane and not a Category 4 or Category 5. But we also saw that some dry air was kind of filtering in back in here. So it was already in the process of having that infiltration, but they did measure those winds up there, 115 miles per hour. So here's the visible satellite picture, and you can see what's happened over the last few hours. Notice that the eye has kind of gone away. It's not visible anymore. That's a sign that the atmospheric conditions are not totally favorable around it. So we think that the weakening process now will begin. Here's an interesting thing with the track. There was a little bit of a jog to the north today. So this is what happened in the past, and then that's the new track from the Hurricane Center. So just that little jog to the north, it doesn't make any difference out in the ocean, but if we're close to the islands, obviously, that could make a difference. So the point is that it can jog around a little bit, so we just don't know exactly what's going to happen days from now. So there's the 115 mile an hour winds, 974 pressure, all measured by the hurricane hunters this afternoon, 860 miles from the Leeward Islands. There's lots of dry air ahead, and that isn't going anywhere. So the hurricane is going this way, right in to the dry air. And we look close up here, look, we can see the wind there pushing that way. So you got the hurricane going that way and the wind pushing the dry air in the upper levels of the atmosphere toward it, and that's why it is expected to weaken as it moves on forward. So the models are in very, very close agreement that this storm is going to move toward the Leeward Islands, and it's going to be there early in the week and then over Puerto Rico, and also in very good agreement that it is going to weaken. The only question is how much. There's the most reliable model, the TVCN. So the bottom line is we got to expect expect at least a significant tropical storm approaching the islands first part of the week. All right, lots more on that coming up. But now here's Carl Parker with the other, I think, bigger tropical story. Carl.
Brian, we are still expecting that Kilo, now a low-grade tropical storm, is going to become a hurricane. It is possible that it will become a Category 2 hurricane. And so the question is, where exactly is it going to go and how close to the Hawaiian island chain is it going to get? Right now, the wind's 40 miles per hour. It's moving west-northwest at 16 miles per hour. When you look at the satellite presentation, at first, it looks like it might be doing pretty well. You see a persistent area of thunderstorms, albeit a shrinking area here in this loop. You notice the higher clouds kind of fanning out, indicating some lighter wind aloft. But notice what we see when we look at the visible satellite picture. There is a broad circulation right in there, and then you notice the thunderstorms are displaced well off to the west of that center of circulation. The storm is not very healthy right now at all. That is due to the presence of very strong upper level winds that are now coming into that circulation. But we do expect that this storm is going to get over into this area where the winds are lighter, and that should allow it to strengthen in the next couple of days, and the shear is generally going to be lighter going forward. Now, what's interesting about the storms that have threatened Hawaii so far this year is a lot of them have come from the east and from this area where the water temperatures are a little bit cooler. That is not the case with this storm. It's coming from an area where the water temperatures are very warm, in the upper 80s to near 90, and the water temperatures will continue to be quite warm as the storm moves northwest and then takes a right turn there and moves more towards the northeast. So here is the forecast from the Central Pacific Hurricane Center, along with the intensities, looking for the storm to become a hurricane by the early part of next week, and then it comes up in towards the western end of the island chain here. Now, the big question is what is going to happen once it gets into that position there, and the models are sort of all over the place on that point. I'll show you some of the hurricane model guidance here. You see that general motion to the northwest and then the turn to the northeast. But I want you to notice the TVCN. That's the consensus of all the models, and that includes the European model. And the European model is the one that's heavily weighted in this particular depiction right here, where it's coming up and then begins to come back and basically sits out here, stalls out in that position well to the west of the islands, and then perhaps moves off to the west after that. So it could be that it never directly affects the islands, but rather we see a lot of very high surf. So a lot of open questions on this particular storm. A lot remains to be answered. Dave, over to you.
The Weather Channel is Hurricane Central. Thank you so much, Carl. Quick look into the weekend. Want to show you what's coming up. Big changes. Right now, Billings, Montana, 87. We're forecasting a high of 69. Cold front blows through, encounters more humid air here in the upper Midwest. Severe thunderstorms. Juicy in the southeast. That will spread north on Sunday in towards Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, Cleveland and Chicago. Chance of thunder showers as the moist air comes back, and then the cool air will cross. So things coming at us from all different directions. Now, if you need more information about the weekend, stay with me. I'll take this and kind of break it down into details. Plus, we'll have the very latest from the tropics coming up next.
It's a golden opportunity to turn every ride into a thrill ride at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2015 RC350 for $449 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
It may seem strange, but people really can love their laxative, especially when it's Miralax. It hydrates, eases, and softens to unblock your system naturally, so you have peace of mind from start to finish. Love your laxative, Miralax.
Buy One, Take One is back. Tonight, enjoy breadstick, salad, and your choice of irresistible entrees, like smoked mozzarella chicken. Then take home another entree for tomorrow free. It's 2 delicious nights of togetherness. Buy One, Take One, starting at $12.99 at Olive Garden.
Lowe's presents How to Accidentally Invent a New Word.
This new living room is so you. It's so...
Sophisticated.
Exactly. Sophisticated.
Now get $5 or $20 off select HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Ovation Series paint.
Every backyard comes together around a grill and Kingsford charcoal. Gather around and try our sweet and fruity charcoal with applewood.
I'm Mike Bettis. That's Sarah. Welcome to the set of a brand new show, Weather Underground. There'll be experts, bloggers, the smartest weather minds in the business on every screen you have 24 hours a day. Geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, rising up Monday on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under fair skies. Here's our local Doppler radar. For tonight, mainly clear, low 54. Winds light and variable. For Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy, high 81. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And Saturday night, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight, low 61. Winds light and variable. Our week ahead.
Real local.
We are live in Oklahoma.
Real accurate.
This affects you.
Real experts.
Wow, that's the leading edge of the thunderstorm.
Only the Weather Channel. All we need to sell Strongbow hard cider is ice. So sorry, Sir Patrick. You're fired.
Fired?
Yeah, fired.
How dare...
Strongbow!
Did you know only 1% of supplements have earned the USP mark, an independent certification for quality and purity? I recommend Nature Made because they've earned the most of any brand.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended letter vitamin brand.
Johnny, even after careers like ours, we're still going strong.
What's your secret, Richard?
Blue MU. It's got an active ingredient to relieve my muscle aches and joint pains. Blue MU. It works fast.
And you won't stink.
Break the ice with breath-freshening, cooling crystals. Icebreakers.
Rise. It's a fast way to borrow. With cash in your account as soon as tomorrow. Helping you get back to what matters most. Visit risecredit.com today.
Well, it wasn't a tropical system, but gosh, it looked like a tropical storm hit us. Holy smokes! Torrential rain storms impacted South Texas yesterday. A pair of lightning strikes sparked 2 fires in Galveston. One hit a transformer, another hit an oil tank, causing an explosion. And all that rain also led to flooding, as you can imagine. Well, flood concerns are in this area again today. We're going to show you coming up. But right now, we're headed from the humid to the dry. Oh, is it gorgeous or what? Temperatures 80 in Chicago with low humidity, 80 in Minneapolis with comfortable humidity, New York City at 86 with low humidity. Sweet. But how long will this last? Let's head to the Northeast now with our own Northeasterner, Alex.
Yeah, but was the key word there. For some spots, mainly New England, be a bit of a washout for the weekend. You've got high rain chances, water vapor imagery showing the moisture right over parts especially of Maine, and that's where we've seen some heavy showers. But notice right down into parts of southeastern New Hampshire, also down into parts of Massachusetts and Connecticut. We've got some heavier rain showers. So there's storms out there now, and we're going to keep it around this weekend. Look at the lightning moving towards Portsmouth and eventually headed towards the Portland area. So travel along 95 will get a little soggier before the end of the day is here. Into the weekend, that jet stream dip lifts to the northeast. That cold front going to kind of get hung up along the New England areas. And so while things are going to look great, it's going to be nice and dry and comfortable into parts of, say, western New York, central PA, West Virginia. We'll have the storms firing up in the very moist air out ahead of that front. Here's a look at where the available moisture is, and notice The New England states, we are talking high moisture. Keep in mind, we had that area that was an invest out in the tropics near Bermuda, also going to be feeding some moisture your way. So up in New England, be prepared for showers and storms through the remainder of tonight, even into tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, you're going to be watching for showers and storms. Tomorrow afternoon, you'll watch for showers and storms, and even again on Sunday, could get wet. Dave.
So much for my beach weekend in coastal New England. Thank you, Alex, very much. Oh, you know, we got showers here on the Gulf Coast. Same air mass as what's in Maine right now. Unbelievable. This morning's low in Caribou, Maine, 68 tropical degrees. Amazing. Of course, we were in the 70s here. Showers and thunder showers, an isolated severe cell here in southern Mississippi, but south of the front, it's just gully washers. 12-hour rainfall indicates that we picked up more heavy rain in bayou country, southern Louisiana. Well, the atmosphere is going to recycle. The warm, humid air is into New England, back to the south. High pressure centered over the Ohio Valley. But now, moisture's coming back northward to meet up with a storm that's in Canada right now. And that's going to start this whole cycle back over again. So while the sun is out in St. Paul right now, while it's a beautiful day, though hazy, smoke from western fires is up there over Omaha at the present time. Thunder showers are going to break out tomorrow afternoon, and there is an excellent chance of severe weather. We've got the upper level support, the cold air aloft, the warm, humid air coming at us, lower levels of the atmosphere. That's the prescription right there. So we'll watch the dew point temperatures tomorrow reach into the 70s as the storm moves across the Dakotas. And then look out tomorrow afternoon. Minnesota, Iowa, maybe the eastern Dakotas down to Nebraska and Kansas, moving eastward on Saturday night. And that's just day one for this storm. This storm's going to move eastward on Sunday, bringing showers from Michigan to Arkansas. Alex?
Well, it is an extremely active time for the tropics right now. Hurricane specialist Carl Parker is tracking all things tropical coming up next. Meanwhile, there's tropical trouble all over the world. Typhoon Koni slammed northern Philippines earlier today with strong winds and heavy rain. Sadly, at least 5 people were killed in the storm here, and this typhoon is expected to affect Taiwan through the weekend.
All we need to sell Strongbow hard cider is ice. So sorry, Sir Patrick. You're fired.
Fired?
Yeah, fired.
How dare...
Strongbow!
What to do when you're stranded in a city and need a last-minute hotel? A Priceline tonight only deal. Stuck out on the range? Nowhere to rest your beard? Choose from thousands of hand-picked hotel deals at the very last minute. Only on your phone, only from Priceline.
Uncomfortable in your own home? Want lower energy bills? Then get new windows from Champion. And right now, when you buy 3 windows, get 1 free. Or pay no interest for 36 months. So call 888-995-2426 because every home needs a Champion.
Yes, so what I'm saying is people like options. I mean, you take Geico. You can call them anytime you feel like saving money. It don't matter, day or night. Use your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, whatever. The point is, you have options. Ah, how convenient. Oi, crab cakes. What are you looking at?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
At WeatherTech, we never stop inventing ways to keep your vehicle protected. From floor liners and cargo liners to dozens of other world-class quality products, including no-drill mud flaps and bump step. Nothing is better for your car, truck, or SUV than WeatherTech for your family, the whole family. Go to WeatherTech.com to find the ultimate vehicle protection, along with a full line of automotive accessories. Nothing protects like WeatherTech.
I'm Mike Bettis. That's Sarah. Welcome to the set of a brand new show, Weather Underground. There'll be experts, bloggers, the smartest weather minds in the business on every screen you have 24 hours a day. Geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, rising up Monday on the Weather Channel.
If you've been in a crash, you need to know pain is not normal. And dull pain that stays more than a week often leads to long-term pain that can become severe. If you hurt from a crash and it's already been a few days, you need to get evaluated to see why you hurt and what you can do to get better. My office has great success in treating these injuries, and the sooner you get in after a crash, the quicker you can get relief with less long-term pain. So call us today.
Start to feel fantastic at Chipley Chiropractic.
Running my own shop has been brutal, but then I got a domain and built my website all at GoDaddy. Now I look so professional. I just got my first customer who isn't related to me.
Get a domain, website, and email starting at $1 a month, all at GoDaddy.
Real local. We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas.
Real accurate.
This affects you.
Real experts.
Wow, that's the leading edge of the thunderstorm.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently, the temperature is 74 degrees under fair skies. Our local Doppler radar. For tonight, mostly clear, low 54. Winds light and variable. For Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy, high 81. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And Saturday night, a few clouds, low 61. Winds light and variable. The week ahead.
Well, we've recently gotten new advisories on Tropical Storm Kilo headed in the direction of Hawaii.
That's right, there's Danny and then there's Kilo. Well,